And we are live.
What's up, YouTube? What's going on, y'all?
What's up? What's up?
We are eastbound down, and we
Eastbound
are
down.
not drifting tonight because of the weather.
No. Yeah, Jeremy was supposed to be on the water tonight, but we got bad weather over our way, so he's not going to be in the water tonight. Obviously, he's going to be tying off gear. So,
yeah,
Everyone's favorite thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. I say, yeah. You hear me say that? It's very heavily sarcastic. I dread having to reline.
I know, right? I know people see me do it for hours.
Yeah.
And that boy, all he does is tie up fishing rigs.
Well, if you don't see it, especially if they don't see you on the water fishing, it pretty much if you're live, that's pretty much what you're doing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, man. I mean, I got it,
That's not a bad thing as long as you interact with everybody as well. So that's not a bad thing.
Just try to, man. I am not the best talker, but try to.
We got 4.5 so far. Becca Mud Tramp, I see, was in. She was in first. Looks like we got OV3 Custom. I assume that's KY for Kentucky.
That's Van.
That's Van. That's right.
Van.
Says he's on the road as usual. Of course,
he's on the road as usual. That's our truck driver.
He's on the road again. Okay, I'm not gonna hurt y'all's ears by my singing. We've got
because he got to sing before the live show, and whew, man, he killed the song.
Hey, you're right. I killed it, son.
He did kill it.
I killed that song, son.
We got Kevin. Kevin's in the house, and he said, "Dang!" I said, "I thought JTC would be in the bathroom."
I got kicked out, man. I got kicked out. I had to downgrade. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Becca was saying that
false advertisement.
Yeah. She says she's got cracks as big as Grand Canyons in the ground. We got a few more people rolling up in here. Got downtown Ernie Brown, of course, Jim Rhodes, my buddy. Who he and I will be on the water this coming Friday. If it's good enough weather, I may even go live while we're on the water. Just depends on what's going on. I said downtown Ernie Brown. I'm sure Miss Chrissy will be in pretty soon, shortly.
What is it, Tuesday night? Yeah, she should be. She's probably listening in the background.
Mr. Maurice Kaysen, my brother from another. How you doing there?
And Mr. Sogo. Buddy Sogo.
Oh, man.
Kevin's like, I feel responsible. Every time JTC went live, I would make fun of the bathroom. Now he never goes live from the bathroom again.
Exactly.
The chair up here is a lot more comfortable, I'm going to tell you, than that kitchen table chair.
Comfort's a whole another level in the bathroom. Yeah. Kentucky Redneck Outdoors. Hello.
What's up,
see.
Kentucky?
Ernie Brown said that Chrissy is napping. She didn't get home till around 12 last night. It's early, and it was early up to see the doctor. I hope she's okay. And outdoors addictions. Hello, humans. I always did like that saying.
What's up, Jesse?
Yeah.
A lot made me feel better, Kevin.
Goodness.
So those of you who are in here, let's see, Saint Amy the Catfish Rookie.
She changed it again.
Wait a minute.
Catfish Rookie. Now it's Saint Amy.
Saint Amy. Yeah.
You know what I call her? Trouble.
Trouble.
She's that lead off in the trouble spot. You know what I'm saying?
I always say fun. I mean, I associate trouble and fun,
She's trouble on my list.
Well, I want to get into something that's kind of a lot of people know about it, but they really don't. You did have a channel before this that you couldn't, that some reason YouTube would not help you out, right?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
No,
you had a channel before this one, didn't you?
No. I didn't have a channel.
But you had a different name when you first started than Jeremy Tournament Cat, though, didn't you?
No.
Did you start
I
up with?
I had the same name.
I don't know. I was thinking something along that same line myself. I didn't think it was a different channel, but I was thinking your name was that you had changed your name from the beginning.
No. It's been Jeremy's Tournament Cats from the get-go. I have thought about it, changing my name a little bit, but you know, I decided just to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if I start up another channel, obviously I'm going to have another name. But I have thought about starting up another channel too. Here eventually soon. But yeah, I've had the same name and stuff like that. I know my brother. He has a channel too. His is Swamp Donkey.
Yeah. We know your brothers. Yeah.
Catfishing.
Where'd you get your name from? How'd you come about doing that?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't know what I was doing. And
we don't. None of us do.
No, you know. But you know, at first, you know, I just put up some videos, but it was just like slideshow pictures, you know, and it was just fish that I've caught in the tournament. So I just kind of said, my wife's like, Jeremy, what you want to name it? I said, just name it Jeremy's Tournament Cats. You know what I'm saying? Because there's my tournament catfish. That's, you know, so I just put pictures up, you know. In hindsight, you know, I might have named it a little bit something different, because if I go over and, you know, I'll go into like the homesteading community, a few other communities, and talk to people. And, you know, if they've never seen me, if I come into chat, they're like, Jeremy's Tournament Cats. And every one of them, I'm telling you, I've had 15, 20 something people say, hey man, do you have a lot of cats or something? You know, and I'm like, no, I don't have a bunch of cats, you know what I'm saying? And I said, I have catfish. And I said, oh, okay, that makes sense. But, you know, more than not, you know, the people that don't fish, they think I have cats.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's just how it came about, you know, and stuff like that, you know. But
see, now it suits you because you do tournaments and stuff. So it works out.
Yeah, it does. And you know, in hindsight, you know, it turned out to be really good. I like the JTC that came out. That sounds good to me. I do like that. You know, that's cool. Now,
how long you been doing YouTube now?
Let's see, June. So about literally 1 year, maybe about a week or so. About a week, maybe a year and a week.
Okay. Becca, the reason why I ask is Becca says that when you first came in, she thought you were only 14.
Oh yeah, no doubt. They give me hell. You know, when I come in, I didn't know anything about etiquette, because, you know, when I would be in chat, but hey, y'all, I got a YouTube channel, come check me out, stuff like that. You know, when in hindsight, you know, we shouldn't have been doing things like that. But my thought process was like, hey, these people don't know me. They don't know I have a channel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now in hindsight, they probably did once you pop up in there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but after a little while, it's like, okay, you can't ask people to come to your channel. You can't ask people, you know, just tell them. But, you know, I didn't know anything. I didn't know it, you know. But then after a while, you know, a few people talked to me and was like, hey, you know, don't do this, do this, you know, and it works out, you know, and stuff like that, you know. And so that's been good. I've been able to meet Palmetto, and there at the beginning, it was like watching Palmetto every video, every morning, waking up, you know. JTC was the next one. Yeah, I know, right, Kev?
Probably more like a chainsaw.
That was funny. Man. It was, dude. Yeah.
Carolina Real Screamers is saying hi to everybody out here.
That is Jamie.
Dustin's fishing fetish.
That's the other brother we won't speak of.
Well, if that Rebecca and Jamie, if that Rebecca comes in, you know, you can time her out for 5 minutes. You know, it's no big deal. You know,
300 seconds.
Okay,
300
seconds. Pops up in here, I'm sure she's plotting on me right now. That's you know, that's Jamie's girlfriend and stuff, you know. But yeah, man, you know, getting to meet Palmetto, you know, in person, going fishing and stuff like that, and now kind of hanging out with him every now and then and stuff, you know, that's cool, because at first it was like, you know, then people are in another realm, like, oh, they're you know, YouTube, like, just sensations, you know, and he might not think that, you know, but you know, that you did. I did. Like every single morning, waking up to see if Palmetto or Fishing and Gear, around here that has a video, stuff like that. I really like watching the people around here on our lake and our river just to see what's going on, and I really like the Kev Goes live streaming. I love that because a year ago, I didn't even know there was a thing with live streaming for fishing. I had no idea. And well, I jumped out my boat a while back before that, and I tore my knee up. In the driveway, I just jumped out. I tore my meniscus, whatever, and some other stuff up in my knee. So I had knee surgery and was laid up sitting on the couch for a week or two. So I started watching a lot more YouTube and seeing that YouTube, this community had fishing tournaments and stuff like that. And in any free fishing tournament, I am definitely down to do that. Because we all know how expensive they are to do any fishing tournament. So that was cool, but just to see them guys and then go fishing with them and it's, it's surreal,
Now you've been on, you grew up around the Santee and everything, right? That's
I don't live
backwaters.
Yeah, I don't live too far from it. And since I've been real little, my mom's boss at work and stuff, he had a big pontoon and he was really heavy into fishing and guiding and stuff like that. And me, my dad, and them would every Saturday, Sunday, every week, especially in the summertime, we'd go out there and then they would do a lot of striper fishing and in the winter and things like that. We'd go with them. And, I was only 4 years old and out there fishing and stuff like that all the time, and it was just, it come to be something real good, but it took a long time to figure out things on the lake. The last 5 years, I've really got a lot better at stuff, but because there was times we'd go out there and fish 24 hours and we wouldn't catch nothing, not even get a bite, we're like, what is going on, man? Like we got 20 rods out, not getting a bite. It just don't make sense, but it can happen, it's been good, man, but Lake Moultrie that's my favorite. It is, but the Tailrace Canal is right up there. It really is, and just because I do a lot more tournaments in the lake, that's why I fish it more, so you got to figure stuff out, what's going on and stuff like that. But I in a heartbeat, man, I'll go to the Tailrace, the river, and go fishing, and stuff like that. And that's Palmetto's home water. He definitely likes fishing that Cooper River. He was in there today, doing good today.
I see LG Bass is in. What's up, brother?
Yep.
What's up, LG?
Justin wants to know: Have you ever fought a gator over a catfish?
No, I ain't never fought a gator over a catfish. I was, smacked them away with a rod or something like that. They got close to the boat, but that's about it. Because the things they ain't playing. This whole thing, they're more scared of you than you are of them. No, sir, buddy. Not my opinion. No.
Yeah, PD Fishing, Joseph Price, he fishes up down the Santee quite a bit. Mm-hmm. You know who I'm talking about, PD, and he does a lot of fishing up there on the Santee, and we give him, Justin and I always give him hell about about the gators. He'll go out on little PD and at night fishing, and he'll hang his arm over the boat, and he'll be almost half asleep, and
you're asking
he said he got nudged one night and woke up to a gator nudging his arm. And,
no, sir.
I'm like, I would be sleeping. I don't care. I have a lot of respect for something that's got more teeth than I do.
He's strong too. That's not.
Looks like we got John from Small Water Charters in the house. There's Gene Tillman. We got Daryl from Trophy Seekers. J Dog is in the house.
Sure.
What's up, J Dog? What's up, Buck Williams? Ernie, Kentucky Cat Man. Everybody, y'all.
Brian B. Mr. Brian B.
Brian B. Trouble. He's in the house. How you doing? Appreciate y'all being in here and supporting their channel tonight, y'all.
Trophy Seekers Outdoors. I had a gator come up on the bank when I caught a bowfin one time. I gave him the bank, rod, and the bowfin.
He can have it all, bro. He can have it all. It's not.
I can give him all of it.
I don't blame
I'll
him,
give
man.
him all of it. You can have it.
Yeah. And this time of the year, they're aggressive. They're real aggressive. They're, especially out there in the hatchery. We had an alligator attack maybe about a month ago out there. A guy got bit. He survived, but he got bit up. That's sketchy, man.
Yeah, that's their mating season, if I remember correctly. I lived down in Florida for about 2 years, and the first place I lived on whenever I first moved down there was a lake. It was a little small man-made type lake, and we had dated a gator once, and
I had to put it up there.
And we had a gator, like literally he was right there in our little cove, and he was huge. But they warned us. Said, it was around this time of the year when we moved down there, and they warned us. They said, don't go to the water, this time of the year, especially if you see gators, anywhere near or on the bank. Don't go to the water because they're very aggressive. And so they'll just as soon snap you up and take you with them as to look at you, And the cool thing was this particular gator, he probably was every bit of, I'd say he was close to 10 foot easy. He just huge. And but every morning I'd fix me a cup of coffee, and of course we had a studio, or not a studio, but a townhouse. So I'd be upstairs. I'd fix me a cup of coffee, and I'd go to the back out, to the back window, and he'd be there, almost like he's looking at me. I know he wasn't, but it just looked like he was looking at me. And I'd talk to him, morning, how you doing, sir? And drink my coffee and watch him and everything. Well, anyways, that particular place didn't last long. It got expensive real quick. And the landlord let me out of my lease graciously. And so whenever the day I literally moved the last piece of furniture out of that place, I happened to be upstairs at the time and just looking around, making sure we hadn't forgot anything. My son, he was real little, so things got scattered real quick. But anyways, I looked out the window and there he was. And whenever I did, I just kind of nodded my head to him. And I swear to you, it looked like he just nodded back and then just took off. And I never, it's like he didn't, it just took off and just left. And I went back a little while later and I never saw that gator again. It was pretty cool, man. That was my best gator story I've ever had.
I don't know if I want to take Jim's advice on this one.
See, Justin's got another viewpoint of that. Justin's thing said, he says that, it's not the nose that causes them not, to bite you. It's that if the gator gets close enough to you, just reach around and just, put your finger in his butthole.
What?
I'm thinking if you're going to get close enough to a gator to do that, you're already a dead
check
man.
His old. Might as well check his old.
Gotcha.
Might as well check his old. Becca said I tried that, it didn't work.
Oh my God.
Well, I know from experience.
Oh, Justin says that's PD, not him.
That's right, PD, mate. That's right. PD was the first one to tell us that. That's right. I forgot about that. And Justin, the reason I said Justin said something about it the other day. And I forgot that PD was the first one to tell us that.
And that's why Becca broke up with a gator, because it didn't work.
That's why, gator just wasn't into that kind of stuff.
That is what didn't float his boat.
So what are we making up? What are we making up now? I know you showed us before the live stream.
I'm just making a Carolina rig.
You want to show off those nice big demon dragons?
Yeah, we could show them off here. Right here. The big ones, the nocturnal nation catfishing ones, are pretty nice. I haven't got to use any of the big ones yet. I keep saying I'm going out there, but I ain't made it. They're super loud. That's the big one. That's the little one.
I like that American flag one.
I do. I have never used them, but I got me a pack, and I mean, I really like those. They look super cool. They're rods for warriors. Is the name on them.
Rods for warriors. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to say like $1 or something like that from every pack goes to, a veteran foundation. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that, but I thought I heard something about that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Paul Boyd, P&B Catfishing.
I was fishing with
That's old Matt. Matt just walked in the house.
Yep. I'm just making some Carolina rigs. I got a fishing tournament this weekend at the Waccamaw River or PD River or something. One of them. I don't know what river it really it's in or whatever, but I'm going over with my buddy. We're gonna go up there and fish. I've been there once with Jamie from Carolina Reel Screamers. But there's a tournament there. It's an all-night tournament, Saturday night. So it should be fun. It's a two fish limit. So it's gonna be fun to go up there.
Okay, I had to throw this up there. Smallwater Charter says, we deal with gators daily. They don't bother me none. Then again, I don't pet, wrestle, anal probe any of them.
Hey, I want to throw this one in. John probably doesn't because his wife's on the boat with him and probably won't let him do it. But if she wasn't on the boat, he probably would. I've seen you, John. I know how you act.
Oh goodness, man.
Kentucky Cat Man asks, so who's in the top left corner? He's been out of circulation for a little while. So for those of you that don't know, and I'm sure that several of you do know, this is Jeremy's tournament cat. He fishes out on the Santee Cooper mostly. He is pretty cool. I've got to know him, and I'm going to be fishing with him at some point in time if I can ever get down there.
But, you show up, I'll come out there.
Oh yeah, but I definitely want to be bringing my boat again. I just won't calm my waters when I do.
Well, you better hope in one hand and you know what to do in the other hand, because that ain't gonna probably happen. What's this Carolina Reel? What are they talking about? What they got going
Apparently
on?
You owe Rebecca $3. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, she thinks I'm going to owe her $3. All right, so y'all listen. Oh. We got this thing. I started it. Me and Rebecca did a $3 call out. Because our fishing club here down here does a $20 call out. You can come up to anyone you want. I'm calling you out in front of everybody. $20. What are you going to do about it? And whoever catches the most weight, you get $20. They'll go over there. You got to sign your name to it and all that stuff. Take a picture. It's a whole fun thing. But me and Rebecca started a $3 call out up there where they're at. And it's kind of taken off because there's other people calling each other out. So it's kind of funny, But that's what we're doing. But, she's yet to get any of my money. Let's get the record straight, But I did get her $3 last time. But, I called her out again. I made a video about it. So we're going to, So
I'll throw this one in context. If you've seen, the guy that's been all over the news about all the big cats and stuff, and supposedly killed the woman's husband or whatever, or she killed her husband.
No, but
on the tiger stuff. It was Tiger King.
Oh, Tiger King.
Oh, the Tiger King.
Oh yeah.
So when you're go when you get a chance, go watch Smallwater Charter's video he put out yesterday, and just keep in mind of Tiger King when you watch it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that. I have to watch
this.
That.
Will put that comment in context.
351 Cleveland.
Now for my sponsor Jamie with the drifting weights freaks out. This is my anchor weight, Jamie. It is a drifting weight, but I'm going to use it for anchoring. So don't throw a hissy fit. Making stuff up. I ain't got nothing to do. But
Justin said in reference to you, Jeremy, he says he fishes Santee, mud wrestles gators, and grows facial hair at a young age.
There you go.
14's awful young to have a beard.
I know. Well, if you talk to Danimals Creations, this took me about 8 months to grow. He's always talking smack to me about my beard. Well, my half beard, as he likes to call it. It's about like that, about a half of one. So running out of hooks, though, man.
Speaking of hooks, what's your favorite?
Man, I've always used Eagle Claw.
Okay.
Circle C, Eagle Claw, size 7. I've tried some other hooks and stuff like that, but I am going to be moving to another hook. I'm going to try it out. I can't remember the name of it, though, but I know if Jamie and Rebecca is in there, or Carolina Real Screamers, they Matador or something like that. It's a new hook coming, that's came out or whatever. I am going to check that out. I am going to check it out.
That's got a
little.
There's your buddy.
Yep, or Mr. Lee Evans. There's Travis Young. What's going on, Travis?
Yeah,
what's up, Lee? What's up, Travis? Small Waters, Avid, Lee Evans. How y'all doing?
We got 33 people in the house.
Appreciate y'all watching.
He says Minotaur.
Yeah,
Minotaur. There you go. That's what it is. Yeah. I am going to be trying some out. I'm hoping Jamie and them have some this weekend. I can see them in person at the fishing tournament. But we got a tournament this weekend coming up. I don't fish them rivers much up there, but that's something I'm trying to get into a little bit more, because right now is like the off season kind of for our tournaments down here. Because once it gets hot, they just don't do them, because the fish tend to maybe not do as well. You know what I'm saying? But up there in the rivers, it's all night stuff, so the fish they do better than fishing in the daytime when it's 100 degrees. They just do. But okay.
Cody from 3+1's in the house.
Yep.
What's up, Cody? How you doing?
Bet he's not in the boat tonight.
But a lot of people use a lot bigger hooks, but I only use size 7. I would like to go up to maybe an 8, maybe a 9, but a 7's.
I generally use 8s as a standard.
Yeah.
I've gotten to where I'm using 10s a little bit more. 8s and 10s seem to be my go-tos a lot of times.
Yeah.
Depending on what waters I'm on, I have used 12s. Matter of fact, I used 12s when I was down there in Santee.
Okay.
That 31 that we were talking about during the Monster Cat Quest, that was on a 12, and I think it was a 12. It might have been a 10 now that I think about it, but I had been using some 12s because I had some decent sized bait on.
Yeah, that time of the year in March for Monster Quest or Big Cat Brawl, they changed the name or whatever,
Right.
but same tournament. That's the one time of the year that I will use big bait. I like to get the river herring whenever they're selling them, because that's that 1 month out of the year they can sell them. And I like to get them whole and barely cut the tails off and use a big bait. I've caught some big flathead and stuff the last couple of years and some decent blues on that. But the rest of the year, white perch, the whole time. And chicken this last fall and winter, man, chicken outperformed everything out there. It just did. Big fish too. It just.
Speaking of chicken, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. I was surprised to hear this today from Palmetto Cats, who, as you know, was out there fishing live and caught a flathead on chicken.
Yeah,
I was like, what? I mean, I know the old myth is you can't catch flathead unless you got live bait. Well, yeah, this is true. They like live bait because they like to ambush their prey and everything. But anyways, I've caught just about every one. Well, I've caught every one of my flatheads on cut bait.
Yep.
This was the first I had ever heard of chicken being used to catch a flathead with. Yeah, mine too, bro.
Yeah.
It blew my mind to hear that a flathead was caught on chicken.
See, this time in the summer, a few years back, probably 7-8 years ago, my older brother, we got in a John boat and fished some back waters of the lake, and he's caught a 35-pound flathead. He's caught 2 or 3 on chicken, and I mean, but besides, I've never caught one though. But I've seen it happen too, you know. And but it seems like it's real rare. It is rare, you know. But you know, right now, you know, the fish coming off spawn, like I was telling you before the show, the fish we caught the other night was just all lumpy on the stomach. You know, it's like they were just full of the muscles, you know. And maybe that's something. Maybe certain time of the year they really don't care. You know, sometimes maybe they pickier.
Well, you know, you said the spawn was already, was starting to come off.
Yeah,
which this is the time of the year that it starts to come off. I mean, they will. I mean, it's true. They will hit pretty much anything you throw at them because they're hungry. I mean, you go sit down for a spell, you know, for several days and weeks without really eating, and see how hungry you get after a while. I mean, that's the same thing that's happening. They're hungry. They you could throw a toothpick at them and they devour it. You know, I mean, they're just hungry. That was the first I had ever heard of a flathead being caught on chicken.
That was caught on live stream, right?
Yeah, it was on live.
Yeah, on live stream. Yeah,
I missed it. Yeah, you texted me about it. That's.
I mean, I assume he caught it while he was live. I didn't see it because I come into the stream during my lunch.
He caught one. He got a blue before the stream, and he caught a blue after stream. So his flathead was during it.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
He did catch a baby blue during the stream because I saw that.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't see the flathead. I might have to go back and check that out because that just blew my mind whenever I heard him say that.
That's crazy. And to do it on live stream too is just...
And to do it on live stream. That's what made it even more crazy.
Yeah.
But
I know, that's excellent, dude.
My buddy Jim Rhodes says Kevin will eat raw chicken. He's that tough. I don't
know. But he won't eat a shad. I know somebody in chat will, but he won't eat a shad.
We know who will eat that shad.
Yes,
we're not eating no shad.
Yes, we do. He'll even put it between two pork skins and eat it.
No.
I'll eat the chicken.
I'll do sardines. That's the closest thing to shad that
raw chicken. Jeremy, will you do raw chicken?
Oh no, no boy. No.
I've done raw chicken. I mean, it's not that bad.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I've ate food after touching raw chicken out there fishing, but it's too much of a difference. But
it's like, does that count?
Does that count, J-Dog? Oh, goodness.
Backlash Fisherman says, at least he didn't catch 2 largemouth bass while going for catfish while on live stream. Now, that would have taken some talent. Yeah. I would have been, my mouth would have still been on the floor for that.
Yeah, because that'd be like, what?
I've caught a good bass. Huh? Yeah, I've caught a good bit of bass catfishing at nighttime.
Oh yeah,
on cut bait. Yeah, I mean, good big bass too. I mean, 4 or 5 pounds. Some fat.
Oh, yeah. Well, because they're going after bait anyways. Because what they do is they go in there. They're almost like a flathead. They ambush them, and like half the time they cut them in half. They'll cut them in half, and then they'll go back after it.
Backlash Fisherman said he'd done that. That he caught 2 largemouth bass on chicken while going for catfish. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Now I've gone bass fishing and caught catfish.
Yeah. Well, they do. That's the thing down here on our water. That's where the most of the catfish are being caught. Is basically bass fishing around here.
Yeah.
Using artificial bait. They're catching catfish and flatheads like it ain't nothing.
See, I had a spinnerbait on my line, and we were way back up deep inside this cove, and just fishing the edges, trying to entice. And I caught a couple of little baby bass while I was doing it, and so we come on around, and there was an overhang, off of a point right there, and it just looked good. I mean, how once you kind of start running the waters and learn what to look for, there are certain spots that you just know that it's going to produce before you throw anything in it. And this particular spot, it just looked good. And I was with my buddy, I was fishing with. I was with Mikey, and I told Mike, I said, look, you fish back over here. I said, I'm gonna flip right back up under this bush or this overhang. And just as it hit the water, I mean, it was like man, I obviously threw this joker right in his mouth. I mean, he obviously seen it coming through the air, opened up, and said, because as soon as it hit the water, it took off. And I was like, holy crow. Mikey gets all excited. I'm at the back of the boat. Mikey's at the front. Mikey gets all excited. He throws his rod down. He bounces to the back of the boat, which almost knocks me off his boat because we're in a bass boat. And I'm reeling for nothing. And I feel that telltale shake of that head. And I told Mikey, I said, just going back to the front, son, because you don't like catfish, and this is what I got on this line. And sure enough, it was about an 8-pound cat I brought into the boat, on a spinner bait. But it just, oh my Lord, he hit that joker like a rocket.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
I missed something a while. Oh, Becky, she's singing.
Yeah, she's found some kind of a song. They're saying she found some kind of a song for all occasions.
With the color of his eyes.
There goes our viewers.
Hey, we went from 29 to 27. Hey, we have an accident. Technical difficulties.
Man down.
Smacking with them.
Jeremy, that's what I would have been done on Friday if I stayed out any longer, like Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
I'd been man down too. It was bad. Trust me, everybody thought that was the wind and stuff on my live on Friday was bad. Yeah, driving home and that was even worse.
Oh, I bet, man. Jeez.
Got Roy Thorne. He says, "Good evening from Lake Marion."
How you doing?
What's going on, Roy?
That's one place I want to get better at. Though I don't fish it. It's rare to go up there. It's really only on fishing tournaments or pre-fishing them. But because it's a lot farther from my house too. So
I always get the two. I always get them mixed up. Marion is upper lake.
Yes,
and this is the bottom lake. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
And
for some reason, I don't know why, I always seem to get those two mixed up. But
it happened.
That's my camera. But but I don't know why I've always gotten them mixed up. But yeah, Marion was where I almost sunk the bass tracker.
Oh shoot!
I gotta say a special hello to Mr. Ricky Solo Texan, since he pointed it out that I hadn't said hello to him yet.
What's up, Ricky? How you doing?
Our Sunfish Assassin, Mr. George.
The Sunfish, how you doing?
Kevin said Marion equals Scary Lake. I agree with that. Ghost of the Woods is in.
What's up, Ghost?
Bro. It's just like, you think, you're in the channel and you can be in the channel. You're in the channel, but there could be a tree in the channel. That's, and that's where it's just like not worth for me to even go mess with it unless we have to.
Yeah. Roy's saying it's full of grass right now.
Oh, wow.
I bet.
They during was it? Yeah, it was in 2019 when we had I think I'm right on this. Wasn't it, Jeremy? Wasn't it the Monster Cat Quest that they sprayed for grass in the channel? I mean, in the channel between the lakes.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but
I want to say that was when it because I've only been on one. I've only been on one tournament on those lakes, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened because everybody was doing good on everybody that caught fish. Oh, it was the pre-fish. That's what it was. Everybody that did the pre-fishing tournament did very well around the mouth of the canal down there on Moultrie. And the next day, nobody did well. And it turned out that the South Carolina DNR had come in there and sprayed because of the wild grass and didn't tell nobody. And so, which of course that ran all the cats away from the canal, and running back out in the open water and everything.
Wow!
And so it put a big damper on the first day of the actual tournament. I remember that now. Sure did.
I bet so. If they're doing stuff like that, man, I don't normally fish. I like to fish that open in the canal a little bit more. I just tend, I don't do it. It's just or whatever. I mean, I fished around it this fall and like winter, January and February. Not exactly out the canal, but like a little. If you're looking out the canal towards the left, and then towards like Russellville, Atkins Landing that way. Not Atkins Landing. I slipping my mind right now. But yeah, just to the right or whatever, and we caught a lot of big fish. I mean, I caught my PB up near the canal. It wasn't far from the canal in February. But I guess I think
on that upper canal, and that's the part that I have as of yet to get up and actually fish. But up on the upper side of the canal, and there's in the Marion side of the canal, where all the stump fields are. They say there are some big boys sitting over there in that stump field. You're going to lose if you fish it. You're going to lose some gear. That's a given. And if you're not careful, you'll lose a boat. You will.
Well, then they always say if you're not losing gear, you're not really fishing.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Of course, everybody that knows me knows how I loathe losing gear. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, you're right. You're going to lose. I mean, if you get into fishing with the mindset that I'm going to buy this amount of hook, this amount of weights, this amount of line, and I'm going to fish with it forever, you might as well go pick up, hockey or something. I mean, it's easier.
I mean,
to work with.
And they don't pertain just to catfishing. I mean, heck, I've lost so many rigs and lures creek fishing.
Oh yeah,
with the snags and stuff.
Matt asked that so catfish won't be in the tall grass. I would think they would better ambush opportunities. They will. They're just
all over the place. They're all over the place,
They're more. They're going to look more. Well, it depends on the catfish too. Most of your channels are going to sit up around the grass. So that's where all your panfish are going to be. They're going to be sitting up around the grass. But there are certain types of grass that they won't go to. And there's matter of fact on Sinclair, I think it was last year or year before last one. We had an invasive grass problem. I mean, it was choking out the cove something fierce, and all of the cats, and the bait fish were staying in deeper water because of it, because it was such just a nuisance type, invasive type grass. I'm hoping that they've gotten that taken care of, but I mean, you could roll up into it and it would, with your trolling motor, and it would just bog you down. I mean, it would shut your trolling motor down because it was so weak. And you couldn't catch anything. Yeah. And if you rolled up into a cove and you saw that grass, you might as well turn around and go back out and go to deeper water because you just wasn't going to catch anything. Yes. But now you're just your everyday, regular lake grass. A matter of fact, my best bait fish come off of a grassy area. I know that when I go back up at this particular spot, it don't matter what I throw in there this time of the year, I'm going to pull shell cracker and I'm going to have fun doing it, and it's around a little grassy area, and everything. So, but at the same time, I'm going to catch a lot of channel cats when I'm up in there doing that as well.
We got Tina Ladybugs came in, and we've got FD Fisherman's come in, and Mr. Muskrat Adventures, Mr. Roger.
What's up, FD? How you doing, man?
Let's see. Matt says a lot of times DNRs will put grass carp into invasive areas. At least here they do.
They do the same thing here in Georgia as well. There's one particular lake. It's a man-made lake that I go to. Hugh and Gillis, they have grass carp. They introduced grass carp in there to keep the grass and everything down. It was supposed to be built as a good bass pond, or lake, but I think a lot of people started, catching everything in there that was bass and keeping them. So that kind of killed that real quick. But they have these huge. Matter of fact, my two biggest carp come out of those, which was 11.5 and 15, I think it was. And then Pop was, or no, mine was 7. No, yeah, 15, and then Pop's was 11. come out of the same lake. But the thing is they don't, unless you injure that carp they'll let you catch them. You're going to catch them anyways if you use a certain type of bait, but unless you injure that carp, they don't allow you to keep it. They want you to put it back in, so they grow big.
Dang. That's crazy.
What else, speaking of carp and bass and such as that, what else do you fish for besides cats out there?
Mainly catfish, that's what I like to do. I do we got a pond in the backyard that backs up to a bunch of, all the houses back there. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of bass in there and stuff. So I probably bass fish, y'all, all these catfish, but don't go unsubscribe to me because I'm gonna say I go bass fishing. But I do at least.
Hey, buddy.
I know. I bass fish at least twice a week. Back there messing around. Me and my son will go back there and mess around and catch bass. But I do like to do that at times. I've. It's been rare to go bass fishing in the lake. Even though they're everywhere, there's a bunch of them in the lake, and I like to do that more often. And I've caught them, just kind of messing around. I caught about 5-6 pounder perch fishing. I had a sabiki rig and caught a yeah, I know, right? I put my foot in my mouth.
He's like, I thought this was talking about catfishing, not bass.
About catfishing. He's up here talking about bass. But
got muskrat in the house.
I do a lot of white perch fishing for bait, and stuff. But I do that a lot. White perch fishing a bunch because that's what we catch for majority of the time. It's white perch, and so we fish for them a lot. You got and what we'll do is ride around with the depth finder. And wait till you can just find them. They look specific, they look a certain way in your depth finder, and then just ride around and you gotta find them, and then we like to sit right on top of them and catch them, and there's days where we catch 200 of them in an hour and a half or so, and then there's some days where, if the boat shifts 2 or 3 feet, they're not touching your line, and the boat will sway back, and there's boom, boom, they're real weird sometimes, and
we did that on Lake Wiley, for white perch, using sabiki rigs, three hook sabiki rigs, and I literally could not. At the time, I didn't have the battery capacity to keep my trolling motor on spot lock.
Yeah,
and so I said, okay. I said, I know what we'll do. I told Pop. Pop was with me. I told him. I said, I know what we're gonna do. I said, the wind was kind of pushing a little bit. I said, we're going to drift like we drift for catfish. So we're going to suspend our line straight down. And with the help of the trolling motor, I'll bump it just a little bit to keep us going in the right direction. I said, and we're going to come right back. And I was looking at my my graph as well. In other words, where we'd just been set up on them. It was catching. So I would go through it, just like you said, just a little bit. Once I'd get into it, I knew I was in that sweet spot because all of a sudden, here we go. We're popping. I bet you we caught dang near 100 in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun. It really is. And there's something that I did in the past year, and we found out. We found it by accident. We really did. We go out there one night, me and my brother, and we were got out there like 8:30. It's almost dark, and we're like, we've been catching bait, so we started trying to catch bait and couldn't catch nothing. And then literally it got dark. Same spot we were in, they turned on, and we just started popping them in the hatchery, and then we found out that we caught them till almost 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
and so. You can catch brim at nighttime, something that I've never tried, but, we were catching them, catching stuff like that, and it's just crazy that you could, and then just all winter long, I'd go out there at nighttime, no bait. And I know that if you went up on the shallow flat, you catch plenty of bait, perch. I was catching a little threadfin shad on the sabikis, because I got lights around my boat. So whenever I'm fighting a fish, you can really see the fish coming up out the water. It looks really cool. but it brings the bait in too, you know,
Right.
and the shad or the thread fin, you know, we'll just do a circle around the boat. I mean, just deep. I mean, thousands deep, just around the boat, round and round and round.
And it's the most awesomest sight I have ever seen, man.
It is.
I had some lights that they were battery operated. This was when I had the bass tracker, you know, before I got the boat that I have now. And I think I had 4 of them, and I had them set on both sides of the boat, front and, you know, and aft, and I had them pointed down into the water. And Pop was like, "Will you look at this?" It was really the first time we had ever used lights such as that. He said, "Will you look at this?" And I look over, and good Lord, the amount of thread fin and just shad and everything else was just coming through there and just rippling the water. And I'm like, "Wow, that is pretty awesome." Yeah, I mean, if you could have taken a bait, you know,
cast
a bait,
net,
not just a cast net, just a bait net, man.
Oh, okay.
Just real quick, just, you know, push that bait net through the water. I bet you to come back with 30 or 40 thread fin and shad.
Easily, man. And there's sometimes they'll be thick. I mean, they'll be that long. They'll be 7-8 inches long. I mean, big, nice ones too. We catch them on rod and reel, sabiki, and my buddy Rob. I told him, "Man, we'll catch bait at night." And he's like, "I never done it, you know." And we just went out there and we were catching them the thread fin and stuff like that. And it was just like, that's crazy, catching them on rod and reel, you know. And so I caught one the other day while we were bait in the little bait tournament we were doing. I caught one at the end of the live stream or whatever. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's something different. That's, you know, and we found it by accident. You know, we really did, because we ran out of, we didn't catch no bait, and we just kept fishing at nighttime and started catching them. So now we go out there at night. You know, I've caught them at 2 a.m. I caught white perch late. I went out there late at night, and you'll catch them. You know, it seems like you do better when it gets colder, though. What it seemed like, you know, but maybe it was just in the wrong spot sometimes in the summertime, you know, whatever. But it seemed like they move shallow, man. And I know in the wintertime last winter, we'd be riding in the shallows 2-3 foot, and you could see the catfish. I'm serious. We would see 25 to 35, 50 catfish in the shallow waters, and they're coming up there getting them perch. It's like them perch were up there, and I won't say they were frozen or whatever, but they were just like real lethargic up in there. You know, it's not, you wouldn't see as much of us. They were individual ones, you know, you catch a bunch of them, but you know, the school was still moving with individual ones, just like they got lost, and they're just kind of, I don't know, but them catfish, I mean, they had to be while they were up there, that and the mussels, you know.
Yeah.
Kelly, Kevin, and Kyle's brother.
Yeah, I mean, that's you know, that was like when, you know, we were up, when I was up on Wiley, you know, that was in I think that was March. If Justin's still in the house, he can tell me. I think it was March when I was up there, because it was me and Justin, and Richard Warskow. We were out there fishing, and we decided we wasn't hitting on nothing where we were at. We had got a couple of hits, but that was it. I mean, it was real slow bite that whole weekend. We caught plenty of fish, but just nothing like we thought we was going to catch. And so anyways, we went through, I see Santee. But anyways, we went through, we decided we was going to go check an area out. And as we were riding over this particular area, the screen lit up with perch. I mean, that spaghetti, that telltale spaghetti of you know, the way that they do when you looking at your down imaging. And in amongst all of them were these huge cats just gorging themselves on these you know, these white perch.
Yeah.
I mean, there was several, which you generally don't see in a lake, but there were several cats that we probably would have, I mean, if we could have caught them and brought them to the boat, I mean, they'd have been easily in their 30 and 40 pound range. Wow. You know, they just, the marks were so huge, but they were just gorging themselves on that, you know, on the white perch and all, you know, and the water was cold. It was, you know, it hadn't warmed up much at this point. And, and everything. But we
time.
Yeah. Well, we actually we had a discussion. If they'd left it up to me, I'd have had baits in the water. But that's a different story. We had a discussion, and the discussion was between Richard, myself, and Justin was, do we want to risk putting baits in the midst of all of that to maybe get a bite or two of, and try our 50-50 chance of possibly getting a 30-40 pounder? Or do we want to go find another area, another point where there's not so many white perch?
Yeah.
Because it's literally a 50-50 chance of whether you're going to get a bite when it's that crowded with that many bait fish and that many cats amongst, or predators for that matter, amongst those bait fish.
Yeah.
If you're going to even get hit,
move off of it a little bit, maybe,
Yeah, exactly. Move off a little bit and see what happens. Like I said, they left it up to me. I'd have been like, go back to the beginning, long line out, and drag our butts through there and let's see what happens. That's just me. I'd have gave it the old good, college try. As it stood, we wound up going to another spot, to a totally different spot that Richard had never been to before, which was kind of cool because it was loaded with flatheads.
Nice.
So we have another good flathead spot on Lake Wiley now.
It's always good to catch some flatheads, man. The last couple of years, I've been fortunate to catch a lot of big ones, and I know me and my buddy went out fishing. Another guy I do tournaments with. He moved or whatever, but we would do a lot of tournaments, and every time we'd go fishing, it would be like we're in a tournament. Now, just thinking like, what should we do type of stuff, instead of sitting in the spot hoping they're going to come to us,
right.
Trying to go find them, and, because that's, it works. So sometimes they're not moving, sometimes they're stacked up and you need to be right on top of them to catch them. It's just what it is.
Now, do you use that mindset all the time? Like you're in a tournament or no?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Sometimes, but like when we're on live streaming, it's tough because you got to have service. You can't just always go around places and do whatever. Because most of our lake, you don't have service. You might be on the upper part of Moultrie, and it's very extremely spotty. If you can get down the bottom half of the lake, you got better service in spots. And
right,
and so that, for that, but yeah, when we're just out there fishing, sometimes we'll pick a spot out and go to it, and check. But every time we'll go to it, 90% of the time we'll at least look at it, scan it. If you're shallow, it's tough to mark them, at times, and to fish, you got to look at your side imaging, and you could.
I'm always looking for different spots on my lakes, man.
That's how you become better, man.
Oh yeah,
all around.
I've been fishing. I mean, I've fished on Lake Sinclair. That's my home lakes, Lake Sinclair, Millersville, Georgia. And I've been fishing Lake Sinclair now, steady now for 5 years, and I have, as of yet, to have fished the whole entire lake.
Wow.
But I mean, it's not that it's a huge lake. It's just got a lot of little coves and outlets, that I have not had an opportunity to go up into yet. And everything, but it's just I mean, and the same holds true with Wiley. I mean, I know several spots on Lake Wiley because I've fished it several times with Richard, and I fished it in a couple of 3 or 4 tournaments and everything. I know a couple of spots over on Lake it's right below Wiley. It's Watery. I know a couple of spots on Watery that are real nice, real good producing.
I like that. Been there once. I like that place.
Yeah. Now Richard doesn't seem to like it as much as he used to. He says the fish aren't producing as quite as good as they used to.
As big, you mean the size, right?
Yeah, size wise. Yeah.
Well, we did a tournament. Me and the guy in the chat, Robbie. We went up there last October. And the biggest fish of the whole tournament was like 44 pounds in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And like, we didn't catch a fish over 19 pounds. And I think we ended up in like 14th place, but we had like 60 pounds per day. And that kept us in it. If you came down to our lake, 60 pounds is going to do nothing at all. You're not going to be in the top 150. you're going to have some good stuff, 'cause normally you're going to see maybe 5 to 8, 10 fish at 60 pounds, during a fishing tournament on one day. It's very possible. You might see a couple. I've seen 2 100-pounders the last year by the same guy, same team. So that's cool. I didn't get to see the second one in person, but I've seen the video. But I've seen the first one. That was pretty cool. I think it was like a 104-pounder.
Yeah.
And the story was, the end of the tournament, they were reeling up their poles. The last rod they were reeling up went over.
Yeah.
That's,
And it's possible. I mean, there's been a many time.
Kevin showed it today.
Yeah.
It's he was reeling all his, and the last one just happened to have a fish.
Yeah. But I mean, I've been out there and decided I was, we're not hitting anything on this spot. And, let's, of course, you guys always will hear a lot of stories about me and Pop because that was my fishing partner. But, and I look at Pop and I'll go, let's go ahead and reel him up, Pop. And we jump on there and all of a sudden we get to the very last rod, and it goes down, whoop, and there it is, So what do? We throw rods back, we throw bait back in the water, it's produced, And,
it happens, man. It does. It does.
It can happen.
I know me and my buddy fished back in it was like a couple live streams ago. It was like it's a spot we do tournament at this time of the year. We do tournaments at, and we've done really well the last couple of years hitting this little area, and we fished over there, and we caught probably 450 pounds of flatheads on 9 or 10 fish that night, all flathead. We had just an unbelievable night. I mean, we had 2 fish over 50, had a double on 2 at a 58 and a 50 like 2-pounder. Also one suspended, and then we had another rod that was down to the same time that I'll be honest with you, I think we had another 50-something pound flathead on. We just didn't get to the rod, and I thought the rod was. I can't remember. I think I reeled down on it. It was my buddy's rod. I reeled down on it, and I swear he was hooked up. The rod was in the water taking line, and we got all the other fish set up, and he went to grab that one, and the fish just popped off or whatever. But I think we caught 5 of them on live stream, and we caught 4 or 5 after, and they were all in the 40-pound, mid-40s. It just out of one little spot. It was, it was crazy. And I've been fortunate enough to break my PB last year on live stream both times with a blue and a flat. That was unbelievable. And as much as I fish out there, and those are the times. But I've been very fortunate on live stream. I really have. I've caught some good fish, and stuff like that. I tend to, when I have someone fishing with me, I tend to drive out in the lake a lot farther. Go a little bit more. Because the lake is a little dangerous at nighttime. But and stuff like that. But that's sometimes you don't have to go across the lake. Sometimes you can fish right next to the boat ramp.
Oh yeah,
it's the biggest fish, man. I used to have a John boat. Well, I still got it, and I'd go out there in the John boat all the time and catch fish. Yeah.
I mean, I can attest to that. I mean, the live stream that I did I was on the boat for the show. Mm-hmm. We didn't catch nothing while we were out there. We get back to the boat ramp, and guess what? The guy that's sitting there at the boat ramp was catching like catfish like it wasn't nothing.
Yeah, man. It
happens.
Happens more than not. I mean, it does, man. Big fish too. I mean, it's good.
Well, Kelly, we at that magical hour, son.
Yep.
And as much as we've been having fun here, an hour goes quick, don't it, Jeremy?
Yeah, man. We had a good time, man. I appreciate Palmetto's comment earlier too, y'all. And y'all, I want to give a little shout out to Carolina Lake Weights, y'all. If no one's checked them out, the new Drift and Weight Company. I got their shirt on right here, right there. This is shirts they're making. They're making towels. They're making a bunch of different stuff. They can make some custom things. They good people, but they got a new line of drifting weights out, and if anybody wants to go check them out, definitely do that. It's CarolinaLakeWeights.com. This is one of them right here. It's a nice green one here. They got a nice little clip on it. so they can interchange easily. And these are non-release drifting weights, and I have got a lot of my gear back with them, So if anyone wants to check them out, y'all definitely do that.
Do me a favor, Jeremy, when after the show, just go into the comment section,
okay,
and just drop their site down in the comment
that's
section.
cool. Yeah, we could do that. We could definitely do that, man.
That way, if anybody on this public chat wants to go to it,
Jamie's in
they'll be
here.
able to do that.
Yeah, if Jamie could drop it too, if Carolina Real Screamer,
yeah, I
can
think
drop
Jamie's
it
a
in
mod,
here now.
so
Okay,
double check and make sure.
And I
Let me
appreciate
make sure real quick.
Okay.
If he's not, he will be.
And y'all definitely, if y'all ain't subscribed or hit the thumbs up, y'all definitely do that for KMB Anglers and the Bullock Experience. Y'all go check their channels out, help them grow. Share this out. That helps a lot, y'all.
Oh yeah.
And stuff. You know what I'm saying? We all help each other. Everyone can help each other grow.
That's right.
And stuff like that. But I had a good time, man. I'd like to do this again. I'd like to be out in the water. That would be fun. I think that's a good thing y'all had. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I think that'd be fun, man. But
well, I'll as soon as these gas prices, of course, it looks like the gas prices are starting to come down a little bit, but
yes,
for the time being, probably.
Exactly. I'm looking. I'm looking to maybe coming down that way. In the next couple of months or so. I know I've been saying that, and it seems like everything in the world turns loose on me, and I'm not able to get out there. But I want to get back down there. I want to get out on the boat with you. Maybe take my boat out a couple of times.
Yeah, man, that'd be great, dude. And if you come in the fall, November, October, man, it's cooler. That night bite, that last year, the night bite was just unreal. It's cold out there, but the night bite was just unbelievable out there in shallow water. I mean, you are not going out and skunking. It is not happening. Right. I mean, unless you don't have no bait on or something. But I mean, you got a good chance.
I remember watching yours. I remember watching yours and Jamie's lives last right around that time last fall.
Yeah.
And y'all were catching fish like it ain't nothing.
Yeah,
it was
big
fish like one fish after another.
Yeah, big ones too. And I know me and my brother Kyle, we did a live stream out there when he started YouTube, and we caught 23 fish in a live stream. And that's ridiculous for our lake. It is, we're not in the Potomac. We don't have the numbers like that, but they were all decent fish, and then we lost like 17 fish they hit clicker poles. Because we didn't have as many rod holders. We just ended up missing them. It just happens. We were this rod get hit, that rod. It was crazy. And we were sitting in 3 foot of water, and we caught. I mean, I bet we caught 800 pounds of fish, 700. It was just ridiculous. No, probably not that much. I mean, it was, 500, at least 500. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it was crazy, and
right.
It was a crazy night, what I'm saying? And I know, I just can't wait till, I like going fishing on Thanksgiving night. That's one of my favorite nights. And my favorite night, though, to fish by far is Halloween night. It just is. I've always had luck. I caught that 64-pound flathead on Palmetto's tournament on that night. In previous years, I've had extremely good success on that night. Big fish in the Cooper River. So it's,
I would say Kevin would love to fish that night, but apparently, what I understand, he's got some prior engagements for that coming up.
Yeah, I'm if it comes to pass, that is, I'm actually going to be running. We used to have a haunted house. It was a scare house, actually. We ran it for 10 years in the month of October here locally, and my best friend and I were the ones that ran this house, and we had loads of fun. Well, obviously with the pandemic as it were, we wound up having to shut down, which we had done a 10-year run at this point, and we were literally thinking about shutting it down anyways. And so one of our brother scare houses over in the next county come to us and said, "Hey, look, I want you guys to come be a part of our show. You're not running your show anymore. I'm going to give you one of our houses." They have like 2 or 3 houses on their property that they do as a scare house, and it says, "We're going to give you one of our houses, and we want you to come and do your thing like you used to, and you have full run of it, full say on it. We want you to do this, and it's called Scare House of the South. Is the name of their scare house. So the month of October, if it does come to pass, the month of October, Fridays and Saturday nights, I'm going to be sitting in Swainsboro, Georgia, making people weep.
The piss out of people.
Yeah.
Trust me, piss and poop. Literally piss and poop out of people.
Yeah, there was for 10 years running every Friday and Saturday night during the month of October. There was practically, I'm not gonna say there wasn't a night, but there were hardly any nights that we didn't have somebody leave out of our scare house with wet britches.
Wow.
I mean, we would do this.
This ain't like your run of the mill little, we're gonna throw up a little haunted house deal. This is literally you walk into the room and you're scared to live in death. It'll cause you to have a heart attack.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting, man.
Yeah, we had to stop the show on several occasions. And that's what we call it, as a show, because we're all actors and we're doing our thing and we do it a certain way. And all of us I've had to fire a few, but I mean, the ones that stuck with us, I mean, we knew our business. We knew they knew what we wanted. There was my buddy William and I. They knew what we wanted, and they incorporated their demented minds into our demented minds, and we put up a good scare house. We were like number 3, I think, in Georgia, going into our 7th or 8th year of scariest scare houses in Georgia. I mean, that was no, I'm sorry, not number 3. We were number 9. We were number 9 of the scariest scare houses in Georgia. And it was just, I mean, we just went in there and like I was telling Kelly, I was talking to Kelly, we looked at these things from the viewpoint of, what would scare us. And we're hard to scare. I mean, Kelly, he says, it's very hard for me to, get scared. Well, we had quite a few of those as well. But that's what we targeted. That's what we looked for. We looked for those, those people that were brave, that were talking, big. Oh, well, I'm going to laugh at everything coming in there. And by the time they left out, if they had not wet their pants, they were basically hugging their date or their whatever. We literally had several to leave their kids and run and leave their kids behind to fend for themselves, which I thought was kind of messed up, but it was funny, But no, like I said, we looked at this thing from the viewpoint of what would scare us. What would it take to scare us? And then we incorporated it. And the
funny thing, people don't realize Pop was part of this.
Yeah, and Pop was part of this.
Pop was part of this.
Pop come in the 4th year. No, Pop come in on the 4th year.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Yeah, and he was part of it, and he had a ball, man. Pop, oh my God, this man. I think he lived for that October. I mean, we were working year round. That's the other thing about scare houses too. And of course, we're getting into some prime time here with this story. But I'm gonna cut it short by saying this. One of the things that people don't understand when it comes to scare houses or haunted houses in general, when it's true. I mean, anybody can throw up a month prior to can throw something up. But when you do it the way we did it, it takes a year round, 12 months solid. From the time we quit doing it in October, we start working for the next year. And we switched everything up every year. Like I said, we did this for 10 years. We never had a single year that was the same. We might have had some scares that were the same, but they were moved and switched around in such a way that it never looked the same. You know what I mean?
So if you came every year, it'd be different to you. You're expecting to go through the first door and like, okay, I know it's going to be this, but nope, not more. Maybe that's the last part going through the door, going out.
And you guys, exactly. And you guys have seen, or at least seen on video, how big I am. I'm a big man. You know, I'm just a big, massive man. You know, and not like I'm 7 foot tall and wide as a house. I'm just a big man. You know, the thing about me, when I got into character, I was in character. I mean, I was the character. Okay. And there was times I would set up certain scares in which I could literally be within breath's distance of you, of your face, and you'd never know I was there until I was ready for you to know I was there. And let me tell you, you flip a light and you see somebody big as I am with a scary, a scary looking face and just roar, just roar at them, you're gonna piss your pants pretty quick. We carried badge of honor, as our badge of honor was being hit. If we scared you so bad that your fight or flight instinct took over and you fought and you hit one of us, yeah, that we did our job. We knew we did our job. And I had gotten hit so many times, it was unreal. I was telling Kelly, one dude hit me so hard it almost took the breath out of me, but I didn't break character. I just kept rolling with it, and to the point where when he hit me, I didn't go or anything like that. It just when he hit me, I just bowed up, turned my head sideways at him, and just kind of, I didn't say a word, just looked at him, and he went, "Oh shit, no, I'm sorry, dude, I'm sorry,
That'd be a good live stream, man, to see people getting scared. That would be.
We talked about that. We actually talked about it, maybe doing something like that, maybe around that
watch
time. Have somebody go through with live stream doing it.
Yeah, I'd like to see them coming in, right? The people who's going to come through there, you see them like, oh yeah, that one right there.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna get it.
Yeah,
we got we had CCTV systems set up all throughout of course, we had 2 houses, plus we had the backyard set up in a maze, and I was responsible for all of the backyard, and as well as doing up the 2 houses. But my responsibility, my acting field was in the backyard, and but anyway, we had CCTV systems set up so that we could follow and watch as they come through. I mean. Right. In this day and age, you better have, in this day and age, you better have CCTV systems set up, because people want to try to, they want to try and sue you over the least little thing, But so we had it, and we recorded as you come through, it will record. And there was this one. I wish I had this clip. I'm gonna see if I can get it. I'll send it to you. But this guy and this girl is, I'm assuming it was his girlfriend or his wife or whatever. They come into this one room, and whenever just as they enter the room, we had an animatronic, and it was very well hidden. You didn't see it till you tripped her, and we called her the screaming grandma, because when she come out, she was balls to the wall, screaming her head off at you. And it literally would come from the back, to like the left back side of you. So you had to whip around to see her when she come at you. This dude, the girl was in front of him. He reaches, she screams. She starts out screaming. The screaming grandma. He grabs his girlfriend, wife, whatever, throws her behind him, and takes off. Yeah, I don't think they were a couple after that. So, anyways, I've already said more. Kelly, you got me opened up, son. That's the wrong thing.
Well, we're going to go to this when it gets closer.
Oh,
we done talked about this.
That's cool.
Yeah,
we're going to go into more detail on all this.
No doubt. I'll let you know for sure if we're going to do it. We're supposed to be going this next. Well, actually, we're supposed to be going Thursday, unless he changes his mind, to check everything out. So that's going to be interesting. Oh yeah, we're already 20 minutes over, and of course we still got 19 in the house, so that's good.
Yep.
Appreciate that y'all watching, y'all.
But yeah, man. Hey, Jimmy, I'll get with you as soon as I can get down that way, brother. I appreciate you coming into the show. personally, and I know Kelly's good with it.
Yeah, man.
Wish could have been a little bit better if you'd have been out on the water, but
I know, man. Next time, maybe we can do it again. I can come up. I can talk about Lunchables or something. I can talk about food and fish.
I forgot about the Lunchables.
Yeah, we can do that. Just let me know.
Yeah,
man.
Buck made a comment on that one. Said we've been on here for like 69 minutes and he hadn't ate a Lunchable yet.
I thought you saw that.
Yeah, think about it. I'm hungry right now, man. So. All right.
Well, I'm not going to go into big detail, but we do have a big time guest next week.
Yes.
So I'm not going to go in detail. I think we on 2 hours next week?
Possibly. I haven't nailed that one down yet.
Okay. So there's possibly it could be either 1 hour, it could be a 2 hour show.
Yeah,
there you go.
If it's 2 hours, it's going to wind up being like from 6 to 8 instead of 7 to 8. So I'm still trying to nail that down for sure. And matter of fact, come to think of it, I don't think I've gotten my answer back yet on that. What I seen him the other day, but I'll call him if I have to. I know he's been working pretty hard lately.
He ain't been working hard. All I've been seeing, he's out fishing.
You know as well as I do, when it comes to videos, that could be from 3 months ago.
Oh, true. Especially with him.
Exactly. Yeah, I hadn't heard back from him yet. I'll have to try and give him a call. But it's possible we're going to be a 2 hour show on that particular one. So you guys need to stay tuned and be looking forward to that.
A lot of information. A lot of information coming through this one. Yes.
Yep. And
a lot of information.
And then we're gonna have quite a few people, a few good people on.
We're actually people don't realize we're actually booked out to the end of August right now.
Yep. Wow. Exactly.
Yeah, and we've got people lined up to the end of August.
Actually, only into September.
We're in September now. Nice.
Yeah, we're in September.
That's good, man.
Yeah. We got some heavy hitters still. We got a few heavy hitters coming in.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I'm still working on some to maybe hit us up in September as well. So, all right, guys. Well, Jeremy, you need to go eat you a Lunchable.
Yeah,
go get you a Lunchable.
All right, y'all. I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good night. All right.
No doubt, brother. Thank you, man.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yep. So, all right, man. I guess we need to go ahead and wind this thing on down. And everybody that stayed with us, thank you so very much. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Those of you that come in and watch afterwards, thank you for stopping in and checking us out.
Yep. Make sure you hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's get the thumbs up. If you haven't,
and if you haven't got over to Kevin's channel, make sure you get over there. He needs the watch hours. Definitely.
I need the watch hours. Definitely.
He needs the watch hours. So if you got time, just sit at night, just flip over there, throw on some Twerking Monkey. There's especially some videos there where we can see Pop getting up on the boat twerking.
There we go.
So just play that one over and over and over and over.
The sad thing is you can't do that. It won't. Once you watch it the first time, it recognizes the system and it won't let you get any more watch hours after that. Not with the same system. But it is funny. It's.
It is.
Watch it still to this day.
I still go back to it every once in a while.
Let me tell you something. I giggled the whole time I put that together. I was like a little schoolgirl giggling when I put that together.
If you look at your face, you were giggling. You're laughing at the time he was doing it.
I was, man. He caught me off guard on that particular night, man.
Yeah, you did.
He completely caught me off guard on that one.
I knew as soon as I saw it, I was like, as soon as he got up on that boat, you looked over and he just started twerking, and you're like, you couldn't even hold it in.
Oh God. That's what I don't want to dwell on this tonight, but that's what made Pop and I such a great team. I think was the fact that we could look at each other, make each other laugh.
No,
it's like we knew what we knew what we were thinking,
Well, I think that's kind of like how well we get along now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Because it's just the slightest little things. Teddy bears.
Teddy bears.
It's
seen a lot, man.
So that little teddy bear over there gouging his eyes out. Ah, I've seen too much. I've seen too much.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate you all coming in. It's time for us to end this thing for the night. Y'all check us out next Tuesday on my channel. We will have what's next Tuesday.
I ain't gonna say his name yet.
Oh, that's right. That's next Tuesday, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
Next Tuesday.
My bad. So y'all come in and check us out next Tuesday for a surprise guest, a very well-known surprise guest. And I think it's going to be some good information, as Kelly was stating earlier. Yep. And until then, we'll see you all on the water.
Yep. Little mini boat will be on the water hopefully Thursday.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
All right.